Hello and welcome back. I'm terribly sorry that I was absent. I'm sure that you missed me greatly, especially my bad jokes. But let's start with the comments before I tell you everything about where I went. So, last time it was about the thing in Vienna, and I got, two comments. One of them asking about learning the gay version of Hungarian. Probably not. I don't know what the gay version of Hungarian is. Probably it's exactly like the gay version of English. Not very different, but in a gay way. Anyways, the other is like, Hungarians are open-minded or not on the subject of being gay. That's a very interesting question. Usually uneducated Hungarians, which we have a lot, like in every country, are not open-minded. And gay marriage is still not a thing in Hungary. So yeah, that's about it. It's allowed in lots of different places, including the United States, much to the disliking of a couple of citizens, as I hear. But yeah, it's a thing. Now, the problem is that in Hungary the argument is, it's not that it exists, but here is the thing. In Hungary, you can have the same right if you have a relationship, an official relationship with someone. I'm not sure that this exists in other countries, probably, or in the US. So basically, it's a marriage, but it's not called a marriage. It has a different name. So you have, and lots of people who aren't gay choose this because it's easier to divorce because you have less paperwork. So marriage, according to this argument, is either a religious thing, because with the other version you have the same right, and religion doesn't look kindly on gays, at least Christianity, or I don't know. And the other thing is quite interesting, that do you want to have the more paperwork with the divorce or not? Now, I don't have lots of gay friends, and frankly, this has not come up, surprisingly. I mean, lots of people talk about marriage, but often they prefer the easier way or something. Anyways, so on the other video I got another comment about the Moscow metro being similar to the Hungarian metro, and now I can confirm it because I've been to Moscow. It's crazy, and I got back, which is even crazier, because lots of people, at least in Hungary, say that if you go to Moscow you might not come back. Or mostly they say this about Siberia, and I always joke about that I want to go to Siberia but also want to come back. So while you're watching this video, you will see, probably, if I have some time, some pictures of Moscow, which is nice, and it looks like a European city. Two things I discovered. One, it's extremely neat and clean. It's amazing. Probably, as I'm told, that it's mostly the recent years, but it's still amazing. It's compared to Budapest, it's like you could eat from the ground. Well, not really, but almost. The other thing is that there are lots of police everywhere. And I went to the US, and please don't think that I mean to criticize the US on things, but even people live in the US often say that the police sometimes is scary, that it's just they feel uncomfortable when they are around. And it seems that in Moscow people feel differently about it, because in Moscow the police is mainly present not to shoot people, but to give them directions and sort of keep the order around. So I thought it would be scary to run around Moscow and being, as a foreigner, being asked for papers and all that most of the time, but nobody really cared. And I even went to some government office, not as a tourist but accompanying a friend, and they were cool about it. It's fine, and nobody really cares. Which in return, it's kind of almost exactly what I experienced with the US, except that because people kept telling me that, oh yeah, the police is scary, then I have this constant impression that I should be afraid of the police, while in Moscow everybody seemed friendly if you are a Hungarian, for instance, and understand the difference between Eastern culture and Western culture. In Western culture, people say that, oh, hello, how are you? It's a fine day. Are you okay? Yes, I am. And how are you? That's fine, I'm fine. So it's sort of like, this small talk. And in Moscow, but in all Eastern culture, people don't really care about small talk. So what I got at the airport, for instance, from a policeman is like, yeah, that way. Something like that. Which I'm used to because I'm from Hungary. So I wasn't very surprised. It doesn't mean that they are rude, it means that just go that way. Please. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's by the way, if you have any, I don't know how many people, not a lot of people watch these videos, especially because I don't make them, but if you're watching this and for some reason you're not completely bored out of your mind, I would love to hear some experiences. People from East going to the West and people from the West going to the East. That would be lovely to have that. And in the next video I will probably talk about Moscow a bit, and then we can discuss that sort of thing if you're up for it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm an introvert. I'm not very good with talking to people and all. It's not in my nature to organize a community, of cool people, and you're definitely cool. That's not a question. But the problem is that I don't know what I can ask you things, but it feels like an awful lot of favor on your part, and I'm only doing the videos, and I don't know. Anyways, I'm just rambling about stuff that don't matter. So thank you very much still for watching. I'm back now. I will try to make more of these videos because I have very little time. I've got like half an hour to do the thing. So thank you. You're a very patient person.